So how much do I invest every single week? Am I putting money into the markets with the dips? People ask me all the time, am I still investing? Am I selling out? And although I have liquidated one asset, which I will squeeze in the end of this video and let you know what I liquidated, I am still currently investing every single week. All right, I have a fixed amount. Auto investing, I think, is the key. Consistency in anything is going to be the key to success. So regardless of what the markets are doing, whether they're up, down, sideways, whatever, I still have my fixed assets that I have every single week. Okay, so I'll go through each one of them. There's 3 of them. I have 3 that I make every week. Don't even know it's happening. I'll tell you exactly how much that is and even give you a little like comparison to how much income I have so you can kind of get like a percentage. I think I'm about 30%. Don't get me wrong. I think into investments, I think I'm putting about 30% of my pay into investments right now. So we'll look at those. And like I said, at the end, I'll tell you exactly what I liquidated and why. So the first place that I put money every single week is my 457, which is my employee sponsored retirement plan. Okay, this is very, very similar to the 401k or the 403b. I've done countless videos. You can look back or just leave me a comment and I'll send you one about the 457. But I put into the 457 every single week. And you might have heard me say on the podcast with JJ that I used to put money into the 457 and the 403b. That is not the case. I no longer am putting money into the 403b. The simple reason for that is liquidity. All right, I'm getting ready to retire early, most likely, from my teaching profession, my W-2 job, my real job. I just want that money more liquid. So even though I'm using the money that I would have put into the 403b and I'm saving it pretty much for real estate, I am putting money into the 457 because one of the beautiful things about it is when I separate from service and leave my job, I can start to live off of that. It is pre-tax. I know there's Roth options. I like the tax deferment. So I put money in the maximum, which I think right now, $19,500. Don't quote me on that at the time of this recording, but I put that in right now. I'll put a screenshot up. Here is my paycheck. Full disclosure. How much do I make? I make like 115 and then some clubs. I get some money. But you see highlighted in blue, New York State deferred compensation. Okay, I'm a 10-month employee. So I put in $886 per pay period, which is 2 weeks. So essentially I'm putting $443 in every single week to that account, which gets me pretty close to the maximum for the year. That is all going into one fund. Inside the New York State deferred compensation, they don't have a total stock market index fund like VTI, but what they do have is they have an S&P 500 index fund with a ridiculously low expense ratio. I think it's like 0.001. I'll look it up and I'll put a screenshot, but it's all going into there. My entire New York State deferred compensation, my entire 457 is all in the S&P 500 index fund, and that's it. $443 every single week. And if you've been around this channel for any amount of time, you know that kind of fits the bill. I'm an index fund investor. Over 90% of my net worth goes into there. The second one is going to be into, I guess you could say, my Roth IRA, but it's not really my Roth IRA, and that's over at M1 Finance. M1 Finance, by far the best buy and hold brokerage there is on the market today. Call me a liar. Call me a liar. I dare you to do it. For buy and hold, it is the best. Right now, what I do is I put $250 every single week into VTI. I'll post a screenshot. I'll show you those deposits and the dates. Full disclosure here. I put $250 in every single week. That is designed to get me and my wife to the $6,000 current limit for the Roth IRA. So I put that money in. I'm already done for 2022. I put that money in the first year. So essentially what I'm doing now is I'm putting money aside for next year when I have that money. Now with the markets continue to go down, I might not have exactly 12, but that's what that money is going in for, future Roth IRA contributions. And I said kinda, sorta, only because I frankly don't know if I'm going to be doing the Roth next year. Now as a small business owner, I really have to do some more research. The SEP IRA is looking like a better option for me than the backdoor Roth. I have been backdooring because of my elevated income, but I think thinking things through with the amount of money that the business is making, I might be better off doing the SEP. So right now it's just going into VTI. It's going to sit there. And then next year I'll kind of decide what I'm going to do. If I'm going to go into the SEP, if I'm going to go into the Roth, that would be a video for another day. But Every single week, $250 going into VTI, Vanguard's total stock market index fund. Just like my retirement, I'm an index fund kind of guy. Brad, you're an options YOLOing day trader. Nope, false. I am an index fund investor. The last place that I put money every single week is the dividend portfolio. My most recent video, I think, is my dividend update. You can go back and check that. I pretty much update the dividend portfolio video every month or so. 25 stocks in there. I put $100 into that every single week. I've been doing so for about, 2 months. I'll look back at the date and see exactly when I started. You can see exactly when it is, but I had to make sure I could pay taxes this year before I could start putting money in. But I'm pretty sure since the beginning of March, I've been putting $100 every single month into that dividend portfolio. 25 blue chip, pretty much dividend aristocrat type stocks. And that's sitting in there. And that's slightly a hedge against having all these index funds. I do want to have a little bit of income coming in one day. If the markets dip in the future, what I'm seeing right now with my index fund is even with these huge pullbacks, my dividend income is remaining the same. The portfolio value is kind of up, kind of down. It's not doing outstanding as far as the portfolio value, but because dividends are not directly tied to the share price, as the stocks are going down in share price, the dividends are pretty much staying the same. So it's a nice little hedge against this pullback in the market right now. I mean, I'm only receiving maybe like $100 in dividends every single month, but as that dividend portfolio grows over time with regular weekly $100 deposits, which one day it'll be $150, then it'll be $200. Hopefully, we'll see if I can keep making more money. But that's exactly what that will be doing right there. So like back of the envelope math between the $250 and the $100 over the course of the year, it's about like 18 grand or so. And then you have another 19.5 for the 457, about $37,000 that I'm investing into the markets every single year with that paycheck. Like I said, 119,000. I think it's 30%. Yeah, I'm not going to give you the exact number because then somebody will do better math than me and call me out in the comments, but about 30%. I know that I've said 100 times, maybe even more than 100, that I have a savings rate close to like 60 to 70%. So where the hell's the rest of it going? The rest of it is going into cash. Right now, I really want to own real estate. I think that's the next step for me. I don't currently own real estate. It's been a tough market to buy in over the last year or so that I've really been focusing on it. But I am holding pretty heavy cash right now. That's the first place. I'm holding very, very heavy cash. The second thing is any money that comes in from YouTube. Thank you guys so much. My Discord, you guys are legends, and I cannot thank you enough. That money I don't even touch. I have no idea what's in the business account. I really don't look at it. I look at it quarterly to pay taxes, but that's just money that's sitting aside for retirement. One day I'm probably just going to give it to my kids. This will be their college fund or whatever it is. So that's where the rest of my income goes. I consider that savings. But I think historically I haven't been very heavy cash, but I am definitely pretty heavy cash right now because if the markets do pull back in the housing market, I want to be able to jump on deals cash. I want to be in a position, if I need to be able to make cash offers for houses. And I think right now, I know I should be buying the dip, Brad. I'm pretty happy with that $250 and that $100 going in. I think $350 a week right now is good enough dollar cost averaging in and buying the dip that when I make that real estate purchase, it'll be good. And if that real estate purchase doesn't require a bunch of cash, right now you have to put 20-25% down, then I could deploy some money into the markets. But right now, the rest of that 30 to 40% of my savings, it's all just sitting in cash. I know, savers are losers, right, Marco? And I'm losing money to inflation and all these things. These are things I understand and know, but these are risks I'm willing to take to better myself in the future. And I want to have cash. And if anything, 2022 has showed us, if you invest money as savings and you're going to need that money soon, it could be gone. If I put my real estate money in the markets in January, I'd be down, 30%. So pretty glad I kept it in cash, and I probably only lost 11% to inflation. Now, I did say I liquidated one asset class, and that is true. I've mentioned it, sprinkled it here or there, but I don't think I've officially said it in a video. And if I don't say it here, it's not official. I've liquidated all my cryptocurrency. Now, before you jump down my throat, or maybe you're clapping for me, hooray. Warren Buffett said, don't invest in something you don't know. I've said it, I've repeated it. And I thought I knew crypto, and I kind of got into crypto thinking like everyone's doing it. It was like a bright, shiny object, right? Gary Vee says, maybe it's not Gary Vee, I forget who says it, but avoid the bright, shiny objects. It's Alex Hormozy. It's definitely Alex Hormozy. He said, like, we stay on this path, and then every once in a while there's a bright, shiny object, and we always try and jump on that. Like, oh, we got to make TikTok videos. Oh, we got to do Reels now. We got to do this. We got to do that. And I feel like Bitcoin was a little bit that for me. That's all I ever invested in, Bitcoin. And I got in pretty early. I think when I got out, my cost basis was under 10,000. And I'd been putting money in here or there. And I've been out of it for maybe 3 weeks. It was right after the Luna debacle. Right? I'd been day trading a little bit of Luna. Then I saw what happened. I saw stable coins weren't staying stable. And maybe I know nothing about why that happened or anything. And maybe it wasn't a big deal. But the fact that I didn't know why it happened and I didn't know if it was a big deal, that was enough to me to be like, hey, let's get it out. I'm not against it. I'm not saying I won't go back into crypto later. I just frankly want to know more about it. Right? I want to know if it is a scam, or I want to know if these things can just disappear. And I just got a little worried that I didn't know enough, and that I just threw money in, and it was a large sum of money. Not a large sum of money. It was probably like $15,000, $20,000 that I had in there. I was like, I want to make sure that I know what that $15,000 to $20,000 is doing. So I pulled it out, sitting in cash, until I understand. Now, Bitcoin's continued to go down since then, so good on me. Makes me look like a genius, but I liquidated that asset class. It was all I ever owned. I only owned Bitcoin. And I just got rid of it, not because I'm against it, but because I personally don't feel like I have enough information to understand the things I'm investing in. And as I get older, I'm realizing I should understand the things that I'm investing in, and I shouldn't just put money into things to make YouTube videos or to do things like that. So that's why I liquidated all my Bitcoin. So I currently own $0 in cryptocurrency. I have, my ledger is empty, but maybe I'll be putting some more money on. I am continuing to do more research on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies because I think it is important to diversify into it if you understand what the hell you're doing. Thanks for stopping in, guys. If you are new, consider subscribing. I know I haven't been making that many videos, but I don't want to make fluff for you. I want to make videos when they are relevant. And I'm almost on summer break, so I'll be making more. Until I see you guys in the next one, stay positive, work really, really hard always. Please, I beg you, just be kind to other people, man. Hope you have yourself an amazing day and even better.